Hello everyone, Pierce Nation here. Welcome to a new deck profile I have for my deck Drytron. This is a new variation of it. It's a little bit different. There's not a whole lot different from the original, but I will show you what it looks like right now. It's about 45 cards if I had to guess. Mostly spell driven and monster driven, but there are some traps in here, so like I said, it's a little bit different. So we'll go ahead and go through it, and I will show you how it's changed. So I run 3 Drytron Alpha Thubbin, which is a give me. You have to have 3 of them. They search the ritual cards, ritual monsters in general. You run 3 Audubon. Audubon gets your ritual spell. Again, it must be a 3. Wouldn't do no less. I run 3 copies of Drytron Gamma. Gamma is a really good card, especially what you can do with it, and I'll explain that later once I get to it. I run 2 copies of Drytron Elatus, or Altaz, whatever it is. I think it's Altaz. But I run 2 copies of Altaz because once you get your ritual spell or monster due to those 2, you can literally just pull that thing straight to your hand. And for the last Drytron actual monsters that I run is I run 2 copies of Rostabon. Rostabon is a banishment puller, and if you do not know anything about Rostabon, most people don't use him. I use him because he will get stuff back from banishment if I'm facing something like zombies, or I decide I'm going to banish it myself, which there are cards for me to do that. And for the last 3 actual like effect monsters I run 3 copies of Diviner of the Herald. These cards are still expensive. I think they're like 50 or 60 bucks each. And I pulled 3 copies. You can pull them from Lightning Overdrive. They're really easy to pull from Lightning Overdrive. So I do not advise anybody to go up and pay 60 bucks for this card. Like, you can literally just pull it. Just pull a few packs a week and you'll pull this thing. Trust me. I pulled like a shit ton of them. And for my ritual monsters, this is where it gets a little bit dicey. I run 2 copies of Querida still. I mean, he's fairly easy to get out. It's not really that difficult. And then I run 2 copies of Dragnus. Dragnus, again, is not very difficult to get out. Same summoning conditions. They both have good effects. So, I mean, there's nothing bad there. I run Cyber Angel Benton and Cyber Angel Idaten. They're both really good. These are the only other ritual monsters I actually use for this deck. Like, there's no reason to use any other ones. Okay, so now on to the spells in this deck, which there are a lot of them. So I run 3 copies of Drytron Fafnir. Now, Drytron Fafnir is your field spell. Once you lay this down, you can automatically pull a Drytron spell straight to your hand. I don't know. There might be a Drytron trap. I don't know. I don't use them. If there is, I don't use them. I don't remember if there is or not. I run 2 copies of Medionis Drytron. And I'd love a 3rd copy just so I would have it, just so I could get it easier with Audubon, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Run 2 copies of Drytron Nova. Drytron Nova is a really good card. Basically, just special summons the Drytron straight from the deck, but once you do so, the effect will not go off, so take that what it will. This is a new one. This is Ursatron Drytron. I run it double copy, just so I can get it whenever. So, like, mainly with Fafnir, I'll try to get it, but if I don't, I've got other ways to get it, so I'm not really that worried. There are many ways to pull this card. I want to run double copies of Drytron Eclipse. Again, Eclipse is a really good card. You can get a Drytron back from the graveyard, which again sets up your hand, where you can actually, pull out Drytron monsters, and then from there you can banish it the next turn, and they all gain 1,000. So if you have like your ritual monster out, they gain 1,000, I think, until the end of the turn. Let's see. Let me reread that. No, I think it's still the end of the turn. Yeah. Gain 2,000 attack, actually. It gains 2,000 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. You can only use it once per turn. But yeah, you can banish that. So it's very, very, very handy to have. That's why I run that card in there. I run 3 Cyber Emergencies. I've went over this one before. Again, that's Drytron monsters every time. Very, very easy to do. I highly recommend you do that. It will help you immensely. For your go ahead and get me over, I run 1 Terraforming. Terraforming, again, will help you get what you're looking for. So you'll get straight into that field spell, no problemo. It's kind of weird because I have to do everything upside down. I run 1 Insta-Fusion. Insta-Fusion is a good card and get you what you're looking for, and you'll see why I run Insta-Fusion. If you haven't seen this, my last deck profile, it was in there too. And I run 1 Call by the Grave. You can only run 1 Call by the Grave. There's a reason this card is in there. It's very powerful. Very, very powerful. Okay. Now to my traps. I run 5 traps. Gonna start off with double copies of Infinite Impermanence. Very good card. You can play it from the hand or on the field. Try to get it on the field. If not, I just play it straight from hand. Very good card to have in your deck. And then, just like Blue Eyes in this deck, I also run 3 copies of Gravedigger's Trap Hole. So if you try to Infinite Impermanence me, I'm going to respond with this, or if you try to Ash me, Effect Veil me, Joel Knock me, this is what you're going to get. I'm not going to try to negotiate with your hand traps. I'm just going to hit you for 2,000, negate your effect, and move about my day. Now, we can get on with the extra deck. And I'm going to start off piece by piece. So let it over here. So first of all, I run Elder Antithesis. Elder Antithesis is a really good card. That's why the Insta-Fusion is in my deck, so I can get into this. But not only is Elder Antithesis good, but now I have the ultimate flagship Ursatron, which Ursatron's really, really good. This card was recently put in my deck after Burst of Destiny, because you can get it in Burst of Destiny. I'll go ahead and read this card to you so you know exactly what you're dealing with and what it can do, and say, well, maybe I want to put it in my deck. Well, I think you should, because it's a really good card. It's not hard to get into with the spell. I'll read the spell off right after. It says, this card is always treated as an Ursatron and Drytron card. Must be special summoned with Ursatron Drytron, which is why the 2 of them are in my deck. Once per turn, if another effect monster is special summoned to your field, which is any Drytron monster, except during the damage step, you can add 1 Ursatron or 1 Drytron monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, you can target one of your banished Ursatron or Drytron monsters, add it to your hand, which again, Rostabon works really good with that, and popular to what people might think and what they will not like to know. I'll go ahead and lay 2 cards out so I can go over them back to back. Lay them out. Alright. So, how this is going to work is, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go over Ursatron Drytron. You're going to wonder why I put out Gamma. I'm going to explain that in a minute. So, with Ursatron Drytron, it reads here, special summon 1 ultimate flagship Ursatron from your extra deck by banishing 1 Ursatron Big Dipper and 1 Drytron Fafnir from your hand or field. Although you can banish one of them from your deck instead if Ursatron Polaroid or Drytron Alpha Thubbin is on the field, which is the way I do it. You want to banish it straight from the deck. When you get Thubbin on the field, you want to play this card. That way you can just banish it from your deck. That's why I run 3. You can just go ahead and get into this guy, and then he basically will pull Drytron monster when when an effect monster is summoned. Again, that's once per turn. But here's the thing. Let's say this guy gets destroyed, right? He gets sent to the graveyard. Well, Gamma here is going to help you. Because if we read Gamma's effect, and I'm going to go over this very, very fastly. His effect, how it reads. It says you contribute one other Drytron monster or one ritual monster from your hand or field. Special summon this card from your hand or the graveyard in defense position. Then you can special summon one Drytron monster with 2000 attack from your graveyard except Drytron Gamma Elaton. 2000 attack. Literally, it says with 2000 attack from your graveyard. This guy has 2000 attack. Of all the rulings I've checked on this, Gamma can bring him back. So, all in all, very good card. I would definitely run it. If you don't, I want to know why. Because every ruling I've checked on that specific card says that he can be special summoned back. So, you sort of... the ultimate flagship Ursatron is very good. I do recommend this card. So those are all the only two fusions that I run in this deck. The rest of the deck is pretty much the same, I think. I don't think there's any other thing new. My synchros, I'm still running, you know, my double copies of Herald of the Arclight. Again, it's still the same. Maybe you couldn't see it in my last video, but maybe this view will help you see the cards a little bit better. So if you're looking for something, I can help you with it. Or if you can't see a card and you're kind of like wondering like what it is, put it in the comments down below and I will try to help you the best that I can. So these are my links. Try to get these all in here where you can see them. So basically you're going to run a link 1, link 2, link 3, link 4. And for my links, it's Link Karibo, the Nightmare Phoenix, the Nightmare Unicorn, and Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess. Appaloosa is really good because if you get her out with 4 different ones, you can build up to her if you want. I mean, you can do that. That's a legal thing you can do. You can go link 1, link 2, link 3, and then go into her with one more monster on the field. That's a legal thing you can do. It's very, very handy. I like going that way, but she's very good because she gets 4 negates, and the other 2 nightmares are really good. And also I think that Link Karibo is very good in this deck because a Drytron monster will get you into Link Karibo pretty easily. So now I'm going to go over the mini Xyz monsters that I have in this deck. Again, if you missed one, maybe you can see it better now, or maybe I added one. I don't think I did, but maybe I did. I don't know. So I'm going to run Beatrice, Lady of the Eternal, for obvious reasons. Genshi Fucho, which is a very good one. The Lycris Assembled Nightgale. I hope I said that right. Probably not. So I'm going to run these, and then I'm going to run Drytron Mubeta Fafnir. Mubeta Fafnir is basically our go-to card in a Drytron deck. So this is going to be the card that you want. More specifically, I need another copy of this. I would like one, but again, it's not necessary. He's just a fill-on spot, so if I get another one of him, I will add him into here. It's just a matter of time before I actually decide that I'm going to do that. Let me get this in order. I can't have my extra deck out of order. It just gets on my nerves because when I look for something when I'm in like tournaments and stuff, like I literally rummage through my deck forever to find it. And if it's all in order, you know, it's very nice to have. So first of all, I run the Divine Arsenal, AA Zeus, Sky Thunder, very good. Again, you can get all the cards off the field with that. This is the secret rare version, so this is the more expensive one. Quotations. But I run number FO, Utopic Future, and a big card that everybody's been looking for, and I have had it for a long time, is number FO, Utopic Dragonic Future, which I've actually made people quit as soon as he came out. Because literally there's no monster effects that can go off. When they do, I just detach one material and take your monster. Can activate that at once per turn, pretty sure. But this guy is very, very handy because, well, not like the other cards. I'm pretty sure. Let's see here. Yeah, there it is. Can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. So that makes him very hard. You can flip him back to hand. It just says it can't be destroyed. So again, that is my deck profile for Drytron. This is the revamped version, the Ursatron flagship version, because I was waiting for this card forever and knew when it came out that it was going to be good. If you guys are very interested in that card, I would definitely look into it. It's very, very good. Again, it has 2,000 attack and 700 defense. Don't know what's up with the defense, but gonna guess it is a Ursatron thing. I have no idea, because Drytron monsters do not have defense. But I hope you guys really enjoy this deck profile. Again, I had to redo it. I'm sorry that I did. Number one, I think the quality was pretty shitty. And number two, I think that the way it's revamped, it is better for tournaments and better, like, if you spend the money and go out and buy a Drytron deck like this. I feel like this would give you more success in a tournament than would take you from like going 1-3 against good YCS players or regional players to going like 2-3 or even 3-4 or possibly 4-4, because this is a deck that is very hard to beat, very hard. Only a select few players that I have faced have been able to succumb the Drytron menace. But this is all the time I have for the video today. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Let me know in the comments what other deck profiles that you would like to see me do. Currently, I only have these two as my meta decks, but I plan on building more in the future. And I have some meta decks that are in progress, not complete. If you'd like to see those too, let me know in the comments down below. But I'm Pierce Nation, and I will see you in the next video. Pierce Nation out.